Welcome back, Guardians, to today's daily Destiny video. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys sort of like, I guess you could say it's a glitch, but whether or not you want to call it a glitch or a trick, either way, it's basically just going to be a farming guide for this new sort of trick then on the moon for farming chests, as I'm sure you guys can probably tell by the title of this video. Now I did want to start off by just sort of showing you guys what I've got from doing this sort of farming technique for about 20 to 30 minutes. And it's by far my favourite one, as I will explain to you guys in a second. Now you can see how I've gone and got a couple of, like in a lot of these little sections, you'll see I got a bunch of like green, uncommon sort of, I don't know, weapons and even armour. You can see here, I still haven't managed to get a rare piece of leg armour since I've hit level 20, which is quite annoying. But the vast majority of armour that I've got was the uncommon sort of thing. Now that is going to be, even though it doesn't, like, it's not useful for me personally because I'm like level 20 or level 21, sorry, should I say, but it will give me the extra little bit of glimmer which I can use then to purchase extra things and just save up, I guess, for the future. So it's not all too bad. I did actually get an engram for a helmet, which I'm glad because I really hate this helmet. I think it looks horrible. And I also got another rare primary weapon engram. You can also see some stuff down here. I managed to get the same, somehow, I managed to get the same sparrow as the one I've already gotten. I think it's the same one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same one. And I also got this rope to heaven blueprint for a ship. Now, the only reason that wasn't shining is because when I picked this up, it said rope to heaven. I was like, oh, what the hell is that? So I sort of just wanted to check it out. And it turns out that it is actually a ship schematic. So, this sort of tutorial thing is not only great for getting, you know, like engrams and everything, like what I'm going to do now, and this will inevitably help your Cryptarch rank go up. And I mean, I've got my first ever legendary weapon. Oh my god, I'm so happy. So that's my first ever legendary weapon using this chest farming technique. So let's equip this regardless of what it's like. Look at that. So it's a scout rifle. I must admit, I would prefer if it was either an auto rifle or a pulse rifle, but do you know what? I am not complaining. Now, unfortunately, I already went and collected this from the postmaster, but the sort of area that I'm going to be showing you guys where you can do this farming technique is absolutely covered with, or rather, it has a constant supply of public events in a very, very close vicinity of it. You'll see that they just sort of land right before you quite often. And then that's great for getting you, for like glimmer. It gives you like a constant supply of enemies to kill and inevitably help you get engrams, whether they're rare, legendary, or green, whatever. And it's also a really, really good way of getting like sort of these special sort of, I don't know if abilities are the right thing. I sort of forget the word. But they're just really good at getting you stuff that the postmaster then gives you, and you can then like sort of convert into either rare or even legendary sometimes weapons and armor. Now you guys can see the rope to heaven schematic is a ship schematic for a rare ship. Now I'm just going to go and equip that, and we can have a look what that looks like when I go to orbit. So I mean, overall, in the 20 to 30 minutes that this has taken me to do, I've got a huge amount of stuff, and the best bit is yet to come. If you guys do what I'm about to show you, and you either go to the Vanguard Quartermaster or the Crucible Quartermaster, you can see at the bottom, in the Material Exchange section, you can see how I've gone and got 59 helium filaments, and that literally is in the space of 20 to 30 minutes, guys. It is absolutely insane. And for every 50 helium filaments you get +5 either Vanguard or Crucible sort of marks. So as you guys can see, I think at the minute, how many have I got? 40 Vanguard marks. So as soon as I get this, it should go up to 45 like it has. Now this is absolutely awesome. You can also see that it's gone and increased my New Monarchy rank, because that's sort of the faction that I am a part of. I kind of didn't really take too much time to pick which faction I was going to be a part of. I kind of just found New Monarchy and just, okay, I can get legendary items from here, so I'm going to just, you know, get the New Monarchy little thing and wear it, and inevitably get my rank up in it. So this is a really great way for, as you guys just saw a second ago, getting a legendary weapon, getting rare engrams, rare ship schematics, and it's also a really, really great way for getting helium filaments, which can then inevitably be converted into either Vanguard or Crucible marks. So guys, I think I've shown you enough of what this sort of chest farming tutorial is going to bring you guys with regards to actual stuff. And now I'm going to transition this back onto the orbit menu, where I'm going to show you guys where you're going to go and where the chests are most likely to spawn. And I will see you guys in a second.
This time we can go wherever we want.
So as you guys can see, we're on the moon, and the actual farming location is really, really close to the spawn that I'm at the minute. Now, I've actually gone on the patrol sort of thing. I mean, I don't think it really matters where exactly you sort of decide to spawn on the moon. I think you can either pick a mission or patrol. Either way, I think you like always spawn at that same sort of thing, like down there. So either way, it doesn't really matter too much. It just sort of, I would advise, really I would advise doing this on the patrol thing, just because then you don't get annoying sort of waypoints as to where to go, like constantly being guided away from this sort of area. Now, to start with, you can often find some sneaky little kind of like chests here. You can find one here. Now, I am going to speed run through this. I mean, I'm not claiming to know every single place that they spawn, but I'm going to try my best to show you all of the most obvious and sometimes the most tricky ones to find. Now, I would say, like, doing this with a friend might be more beneficial than doing it on your own. And I am just going to sort of shoot at the areas where you are often likely to find sort of, like, well, chests then. And not spend too long trying to kill these guys. Like, so I guess it would be very, very, very beneficial to try this with somebody, just simply because if you do it with somebody, you don't have to worry too much about actually killing all these guys. And you can see here, linking back to what I said earlier about the helium coils, not only do you find a load of them in chests, you also find them spread about the map in huge quantities. Now you can see I found my first one and I got 41 glimmer and helium filaments. Now you're guaranteed in every single chest that you find to get at least one helium filament, maybe two, maybe even 5. I've had 5 in one before. I mean, that was probably quite a lucky one. And I would definitely advise staying on your Sparrow for as long as you possibly can whilst you're doing this, because I mean, it does sort of involve going along quite a, I don't know, quite a vast sort of area. You can find them in any of the caves. You just saw I went into a cave then. I did find my first ever one was actually in this building here that I'm going to go into, and it looks as though this one is as well. And whether or not it's actually going to let me open this, I don't know why it's not letting me open this. This is extremely weird. But anyway, I'm just going to leave that, because the point is I'm trying to show you where you guys can actually find them rather than what you can get in them, because I've already shown you that. Now, you can find them up at the top of these buildings as well. And I mean, I think they are more or less like sort of randomly spread out. I don't really think you can pinpoint exact locations. I'm just going to show you the places that they spawn, like the actual locations. I've never had one up there, but I assume there might be one that spawns up there. I've had a couple spawn inside here quite often, especially in this little area here. There's not one in there at the minute. There's usually a bunch of helium coils up here. Doesn't look like there is at the minute either. And then you're basically then at the last sort of part of this. I mean, you can go down here and you'll see there's a cave here and there's a cave here, and this tends to be the area that the public events sort of land. And then you'll often find, I mean, I was quite happy to do them on my own, so I don't really think you sort of require a friend to help you do the public events like you might need to in some other of these chest farming tutorials, just simply because the enemies that you're fighting against are a maximum level of about 8. So I mean, for any level 20 or even just basically anybody like above level 8, I'd probably say above level 10 might be the right sort of level for you guys to be if you guys want to try this solo. Then you'll find that you can like really easily complete the public event here, and yet you get like no less sort of stuff than you would usually from a public event, which is absolutely awesome. You'll see there's also a chest here. I mean, I guess it's just sort of where you've seen me sort of running around then, or driving around should I say, or riding around, is the sort of areas they'll spawn. You can see all the caves that I've gone into. I've had one spawn around here, and I've had one spawn here before. I mean, you'll often find that you just need to sort of go in this sort of circular formation that I've just gone in then, and you'll more likely, or more often than not, should I say, find a chest. Now, I think what I've sort of averaged it out to be is there's about 5 chests that have spawned at each time. And then it's also great because, like, how big this place is, you can see we've been over there, and then we went over there. We then went to the caves down here, all the way up over there, and then even, like, to where that yellow thing is down there. So, by the time we've reached there, at that yellow sort of thing, everything will have respawned back over here. I think that is actually, that's an enemy. So that's just like proof that everything has sort of respawned in this sort of area. Then by the time I go over here, you'll find that everything over here has respawned. So you don't have to worry about constantly sort of, you don't have to, I guess you don't have to really worry about the sort of directions in which you travel around this area. Just go in the circle formation that I've shown you, check in every sort of nook and cranny that you guys can see, and you'll be guaranteed to find a bunch of chests. Now, if you guys are having trouble finding the chests, then I'll be quite happy in the future to reveal every single chest location that I find, because I'm going to certainly carry this sort of farming guide on off camera, because I mean, the fact that I got my first legendary weapon, which is the one I'm using now, by using this, then that has just given me a huge boost of confidence with this kind of like farming guide, I guess. And I mean, I guess there's not really that much more I can do with regards to this. I know a lot of the time you'll see people telling you guys exact places to go, but I don't think that's sort of right. I think you have to sort of come here and just look in the general sort of places that I've shown you, in all the caves, in all the buildings. If you're having trouble finding them in the buildings, then they might be on top of the buildings, like here, for example, and they'll always be in the corners. You'll often find that they're never really in open areas. So guys, I really hope this benefits you all in the future, and I would urge you all to give this a go, because it's an awesome, and I mean really awesome technique. But yeah, so I'm going to end this video here. I really hope this, like, you've enjoyed this video, and I really hope it benefits you all in the future, like I just said. And definitely give this a shot, because I haven't seen many people, if anyone, sort of cover this up to now. I definitely say this is probably my favourite of all the chest farm guides, because it's so efficient. You get the public event spawn in there. You've got a bunch of enemies that are all level 6 maximum, other than in the public event for you to kill, and they drop a shit ton of engrams. So guys, I hope to see you all in the next video. If you've enjoyed this video, please support it by leaving a like. That really, really does me a huge favour. And if you guys need any help whatsoever, just leave a comment and I will get back to you guys as soon as I possibly can. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video.